Is it 10 to 12 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes?
The actual project says 15 minutes, but I think I will try to finish it 12. I feel it's too long.
Okay.
So let me see, but I'll try to finish it lesser than.
Actually, the actual manual says 15 to 20 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Okay, you are doing it in 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, fine. Okay.
Good evening, my dear Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
It is in our nature to achieve, to build, and we want to succeed. We all of us have certain goals, and they are very, very important to us. This could be personal or in terms of finance, security, health, knowledge, wealth, whatever the dreams are, the goals are. Now we have to enjoy achieving these goals and also harness our creative forces with us to fulfill our life's dream. In this secret of success, there are things, failures can happen. But what is more important is to keep ourselves positive with enthusiasm and make it easily encouraging. Eliminate all negative attitudes and see that you are in this mode of enthusiasm where we can encourage and support people. What we tend to think most of the time is what we become. This was told by Brian Stacy. Now, Brian Stacy says if we think most of our time to be successful, then we will become successful. So it is very important for us to fill our minds with positive thoughts and affirmations. In any endeavor of a goal, persistence is one of the most important ingredients to achieve success. Now, in today's life, is what we have to do is not be happy with what we have, is to improve our standard of living. Now, what I mean by standard of living, there are two types of standards. One is the materialistic one, the other one is your character wise or your personality. Now, materialistic is basically a level of standard where you can buy a nice, better home or buy a new car or buy something materialistic which will give you the pleasure and happiness. But today, the most important thing is to improve yourself. To improve yourself, so in this way, we can always succeed and keep this enthusiasm going on, and we can inspire us and everybody on us. So how do we improve our standard? How do we raise the bar of standard? The first thing that we have to focus on is our knowledge. People generally think that watching a lot of videos, information, that is going to help them. No, this is not true. The whole world, even including the news, is provided you every day to excite you, not to inform you. All the information you find on internet, all that is given to you is not to improve you. People keep on sending information and information to you. So watching them is not going to gain knowledge. What is important is what is important for me, and that's what I want to focus on: knowledge. You can focus knowledge on learning a skill, improving something or related to your career, or broaden in knowledge generally. So knowledge and skill are very important in the future. So I request everybody to focus on knowledge and skill that is pertaining to us, because nowadays you have plenty of information. You have social media like WhatsApp. Like the previous day, I wanted to spend 5 minutes in WhatsApp just to see my friends what they are doing. But since there are so many people and people are at home sending information, it took almost 2 hours for me to watch through it. In the end of it, I asked myself, what did I achieve by this? Nothing. We just wasted 2 hours watching the whole world, the news, what happened everywhere. But at the same time, if this 2 hours was focused on a certain learning a skill or developing something on my self-development, on any creative thing, that would have been productive. The number 2 point that we all have to focus on is our health. Even though we know through a lot of information that health is the number one priority, the most important that we do, we don't allocate time, a schedule every day, at least for half an hour or 45 minutes, because we still find our body working fine. But this is not true. Like our last speaker spoke, body is one of the most important thing that you have to take care, because it is an instrument that will help us, and this is going to be for life, for 80 years, 90 years. If you want to live a free life, a life without problems after 55 or 60, then you have to do at least half an hour, 45 minutes, a proper exercise regime which will help you. Now, I did 10 years back in my life, I've been doing exercise for 10 years and I was not able to have any significant improvements. Why? When you look at health, there are three more important things that you have to focus on. Number one, exercise. Number two, what we eat is what we become. So it's very important. If you wanted to be like an Italian, slim, then you have to eat Italian food. So it's very important. What kind of food you eat and how you want to look is very important. Third thing, rest. Rest and sleep are very important. So in order to have a better health, you need to focus on these three things, and be conscious of that every day. Because our mind normally tries to cheat us, fool us, that okay, today I'm going to eat sugar, today I'm going to eat cake, tomorrow I will eat this. But eventually you will not be able to come back into that same old habit what you have told yourself. So it's very, very important. Our minds have the ability to praise and fool us, but we need to strict ourselves what we have agreed to and focus on these three things to have a better health. Number three, relationship. Now, why relationship? Because we all work for our families. And the most important thing, if our families have to be living happily, then we need to spend more time to communicate with them, especially with a housewife to have better communication, and with children to a proper parenting. Because I ask myself, do I do a proper parenting sometimes? Because even your children give you feedback in the sense telling you, daddy, this is not right, that is not right. So they also suggest you, remind you about introspection. It's very good in the now modern days, because a lot of our children, they know much better information what the future is going to be than us. For us, we have a lot of information about the past, but our children are our future. The biggest asset that you can have in your life is not about money or house, but your children. So we have to take care of our children in a way that we learn a lot of skills, new things about parenting, and learn and improve our parenting skills, both husband and wife, with our children. And the next is our friends. When it comes to friends, the biggest thing that you can do to your friend is to be honest and truthful and tell him his strength and weakness. Why? Because when you tell your friend what is your strength and weakness, you are helping him towards a better life for him. So you need to have very good friends and share information that strengthens that relationship by advising proper things, and also for your society, helping them, contributing, do whatever possible you can give. People think when it's about contribution or about charity, people think it is about money. No, it's not only about money. It is your time that you spend. One of the most important contributions that you can make in your society or your community is to invest your time to them and be supportive, cooperative, helpful, provide a lot of scientific data, information, so they all learn together with you and make a better life and have better friendships. So and the third thing, for the country that you live, wherever you live, is to follow all the local laws of the community. It is very, very important. We have to be thankful for the country or the host country that you live in. Because after all that money you make, all that place that you stay, all that fresh things, right from oxygen to food, whatever you needed for your living, is the place that provides you. And we have to be thankful finally to this earth, as our earlier speaker said, to be kindful to the animals and to the plants and every one of them in a way that it can be avoid wastage. Because I see a lot of people, when we become wealthy, when we are able to afford so many things, then we think and starts being extravagant or try to ignore and overspend things and waste a lot of things, which is basically against that. So in relationship, it's about your family, about your friends, about your community, about the whole world. And that's what relationship with the world, as I said, is the best thing is to make sure that you don't waste anything and follow the rules and regulations of the country and the world in general. Finally, spirituality. People think spirituality means it's about religion. No. Spirituality is about a person being very honest, moral, and stand for its beliefs and values. You see a lot of hypocrisy these days. People say, I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, but their action says otherwise. Now, if you want to be a true spiritual person, then you have to be honest with yourself what you say. You have to stand up with your values. You have to follow your beliefs. You have to live with the ideals. You have to live in each and everything, like Gandhiji said. Your life should be what you say about it, what you talk about, what you speak about. Then there is a lot of trust that develops. And the other part is about your relationship with God. The relationship with this God is very important because ultimately we have been created by the Creator and we have to be thankful to Him. Finally, my message today is these 4 things. The first, as I said, knowledge. Number 2 will be about health. Number 3 will be relationship. Number 4 for spirituality. Now I have learned all this information. Is it practically to follow? Yes, unless until if you don't allocate yourself in your 24 hours a day or 45 minutes to 1 hour for these 4 things, then you are not going to have progress. Now I have put myself a book on all these 4 factors, and I do a checklist every day. Whether I do a 1 hour of exercise, I do a 1 hour of gaining my knowledge, did I do anything related to relationship and spirituality. Every day I do a checklist and ask myself, and end of the month I put a score, and through this I follow every day and see my progress. The only thing in this world that is going to make you happy, always remember, is progress. If there is no progress, there is no happiness. You can write it on it. Without progress, there is no growth. Without growth, there is no happiness. With this, I end my talk, and I would like to hand it over to Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Ashraf Melvitil. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster